Hello, I'm Doreen Ellen Bell Dotan, and herein, please God, I'm going to give you the tools that you need to be able to survive what it is that is coming now. Two worst mistakes that one can make at this time is to devalue the essential being and the holiness of the systems that exist in nature, and to try to enslave other beings or use the material world to nefarious purposes. That is to lack an essential respect for the created world, for Earth, and to presume that you know what the Torah says. Those are the two worst mistakes that one can make right now. So the people who are in the most danger of obliteration are both those who have misused power and caused bloodshed and enslaved others, who have misused physical reality. They are now hemorrhaging power. The sudden loss of the value of currencies, of stocks, the bottling up of the flow of energy, these are all expressions of the same hemorrhaging of power. And that will continue. Anyone who has misused power is going to just bleed out. Those who presumed to understand the Torah came to incorrect interpretations, and on the basis of those incorrect interpretations tried to engineer society and enslave people to their misinterpretations, are also destined to be wiped out. That is, they're already being wiped out, and that process will continue. The situation is escalating, and it's reaching a critical phase. So where you put your attention is going to determine the outcome for you. The most holy thing that we can do, and the most life-supporting thing that we can do, both for others and for ourselves at this point, is to appreciate the sacredness and the incomparable complexity of natural systems. To recognize the fact that the world of fungi, for instance, is immeasurably more complicated than anything devised by man. And to attribute to it the holiness that it deserves. That which is part of the network of life is holy on earth. And those who appreciate that, those who are more awestruck by flowers than by submarines that can cause radioactive tsunamis, are going to survive when those radioactive submarines blast their metan, how do you say it in English? Their load, their payload. And that is going to happen. My suggestion to everyone is to farm, to be kind to one another, to walk in peace, to walk in humility. Notice the flowers, smell the flowers, put out pollinating flowers for the bees. Realize that earth is the highest heaven. Those who think that they're going to go to some higher heaven after they die have simply not understood Torah. And those are very, very mistaken and dangerous ideas that are going to take you nowhere. So right now, appreciate the trees, appreciate the flowers, appreciate the animals, appreciate the food that you eat natural foods. Celebrate that which God gives us, because our ability to appreciate the holiness of nature is now on a higher level than our ability to be able to understand theology. Theology is mind muck. But the inherent ability that we have to be able to feel awestruck by a sunset, by a mountain range, by the depth of the ocean, those are the universal truths that we all share and which ground us in physical reality, ground us into the holiness of earth. All of the attempts at hermeneutics, exegesis, have failed miserably. The Hebrew Torah is, if you will, the DNA of all possible worlds. And to confuse that with what they can produce, what those codes can produce, is like someone who confuses an apple seed with an apple or an apple tree. Not only do they not get the nourishment and the purified water and the life-giving sugars and nutrients from the apple itself, they're actually just swallowing a little bit of what is it in it? Cyanide, arsenic, something, cyanide, I think. It's exactly the same thing with Torah. Those who presumed to think that they understood what Torah was saying just basically swallowed little pills of poison and never got to the stage of the translation of that into living systems, into worlds. Those who read it not only not understanding it in Hebrew, but read it in translation or even further afield. So at this point, what serves us best is to be humble, not to presume that we understood what the Hebrew Torah says, and to put our attention on that which we can understand. Those people whose religions and traditions are not based on the Hebrew Bible, I don't even like to call it Bible, are in a much better position, because those traditions are homegrown and rooted in their cultural experience. Those in the most danger now are those who are cruel and those who presume to understand that which they clearly did not understand. That is what is being erased now. So my suggestion to you is go out and sprout some seeds, smell some flowers, become a vegan, look at the sunset, look at the sunrise, look at the hills, look at the mountains, and understand that that is the holiness of earth. And if your mind is entrained on the holiness of earth and its essential holy being, when that cataclysm hits, it will pass over you, because your mind will be entrained on that which is enduring, and you'll remain here on earth in peace. Thank you for listening.